One of the most powerful beings in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is on her way to the big screen. If you're unfamiliar with the latest MCU headliner, Carol Captain Marvel Danvers, here are a few basic facts you're going to want to keep in mind as you settle in with your popcorn. Captain Marvel tells the story of Carol Danvers, played by Oscar winner Brie Larson. Unlike most MCU flicks, the movie isn't set in the present day but instead takes place in the 90s. This gives Marvel plenty of time to show Danvers becoming Captain Marvel and explain why she was nowhere to be found as the events of 2008's Iron Man ushered in the MCU superhero age, and why she wasn't even referenced until the post-credit scenes in 2018's Infinity War. Danvers was first introduced as a character in 1968's Marvel Superheroes number 13. She was a retired Air Force pilot serving a supporting role for the character Mar-Vell, who had been created a year earlier and was then occupying the role of Captain Marvel. Cutting out decades of complicated comic book backstory, the MCU seems to have decided to streamline Danvers' origins, as they've done more than once for the screen versions of their classic characters in the past. One of the central forces in Captain Marvel is a group that entered the Marvel Comics universe way back in 1967 in Fantastic Four number 65. We're talking about the Kree, a technologically advanced race of aliens that generally take the form of blue-skinned and purple-eyed beings with otherwise human features. They aren't necessarily bad guys, but they tend to have a bit of a mixed reputation, as they can be militaristic and are infamous for their constant squabbles around the galaxy. Danvers herself became a human Kree hybrid due to an accident that altered her DNA.
And you're a Kree, a race of noble warriors?
Heroes. Noble warrior heroes.
But the movie actually won't be the Kree's first foray into the MCU. The Ravager Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy, for example, revealed that he was sold to the Kree in his youth. Ronan the Accuser was also a rogue Kree general that ignored the treaty between his people and the Nova Corps and attacked Xandar with the help of Thanos. The blue-skinned aliens have also made a number of appearances on ABC's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. While the Kree have a bit of a mixed history, their longtime enemies, the extraterrestrial race known as the Skrulls, are far less complicated, at least as far as humans are concerned. Their appearances in the comics usually correlate with Earth invasions or their more distant and ancient quarrels with the Kree. The Skrulls first appeared in the comics in Fantastic Four number 2 in 1962, making them slightly more well-established than Danvers or the Kree. The most important thing you're going to want to remember about the Skrulls is that they're shapeshifters, able to take on whatever appearance they need in order to infiltrate and destroy empires, organizations, and even herds of superheroes, causing distress and distrust from the inside out. This, of course, means they could already be involved in more than one MCU movie, infiltrating high positions and simply biding their time for the perfect moment to strike. And you thought Hydra was sneaky. Another element of Carol Danvers' Captain Marvel comic book history is her ability to take on her so-called binary form, which first appeared in the Uncanny X-Men number 164. Danvers' ability to transform into the superpowered binary emerged when yet another evil alien race, known as the Brood, abducted and experimented on her, further augmenting her already significantly altered DNA. As binary, Danvers could transform into an energy-manipulating state that allowed her to lift more than 100 tons and fly at nearly the speed of light, and these skills seem to be in evidence in the trailers. In the third Captain Marvel trailer, we get a quick glimpse of Carol suited up and leading a group of aliens all dressed in the same uniform, walking in slow-mo through an otherworldly setting. It doesn't last long, but the view is most likely our first look at Star Force, a team of warriors that fight for the Kree. The group was introduced in the comics in Avengers number 346 in 1992. In the MCU, we've already met one Star Force member, Korath, who appeared as one of Ronan the Accuser's lackeys in Guardians of the Galaxy. Spoiler alert, in an interview with Entertainment Tonight, Samuel L. Jackson, who will be reprising his role as Nick Fury in Captain Marvel, was asked if he thought Danvers was worthy of being the first female MCU character to get her own movie. His response was, in essence, a breakdown of all her incredible powers, including this little tidbit. Captain Marvel is one of the few people in the Marvel universe that can time travel. Hold the phone. She can what? Time travel has been heavily rumored as one of the main ways that the events of Infinity War could be undone, but the context has usually suggested that Ant-Man would somehow be using the quantum realm or Doctor Strange would be using the Time Stone. Needless to say, the quote caused an immediate ripple effect of rumors and theories. The question that remains is how exactly Danvers' mysterious time-traveling abilities will be depicted in the film. Speaking of Nick Fury, the ex-director of S.H.I.E.L.D. is clearly going to play an important role in Carol Danvers' evolution into Captain Marvel. It's likely that the movie will double not only as an origin story for Carol Danvers, but in a secondary capacity, one for Nick Fury as well. From showing his rise through the ranks of S.H.I.E.L.D. to revealing why on earth his gut instinct after the finger snap would be to page Captain Marvel, there are a lot of Fury-based questions that could find their answers in this one. Oh, and he's also shown in the trailer with 2 healthy eyes, so there's a good chance we'll also see something regarding the origin of that eye patch. Finally, there's Goose. The fuzzy little guy isn't just tossed into a scene for a bit of comic relief between the future head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and a random feline. It also happens to be Carol Danvers' pet. And it's an alien. Goose is a flurkin, an alien species that typically resembles terrestrial cats, with a couple of noticeable exceptions. For example, they have a huge array of tentacles that come out of their mouths, and they lay eggs at a furious rate. They also possess human-level intellect as well as pocket realities of space and time within their bodies. So, yeah, not your typical house cat. In the comics, Danvers' pet was named Chewie, but the name has apparently been changed from the famous movie Wingman to another for the MCU, adding yet another nod to some hardcore nostalgia in the process. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Looper videos about your favorite MCU heroes are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.